pound the football and carry the load today against a very young and aggressive but 26th ranked Cardinal defense. Richie Kotite says the main thing he wants to get after 2 losses is a return to the arrogant, cocky, and intense kind of Eagles that got them to 4-0.
Well, Matt, the Cardinals will have the ball first, and in some ways I think that might be good for the Philadelphia Eagles because the defense is what they have been about. They're still ranked #1 in the league, and a chance to do something big time on defense early on here against this struggling Cardinals team might be just what the doctor ordered for the Eagles and their fans. Roger Ruzick will kick it off. Johnny Bailey and Anthony Edwards are the deep men. It is 51 degrees here in Philadelphia. Partly cloudy skies and kind of gusty winds swirling around in the circular Veterans Stadium. And the gusty winds creating a problem already for Ruzick, who has now got somebody holding the ball for him down there. So obviously the wind is a factor down at field level. Jeff Seidner has been asked to hold the ball for Ruzick. So both passers may be in for some difficulty today. A high kickoff comes down at the goal line, taken by Edwards. Stopped at the 20-yard line by Ken Rose, number 55, a very good special teamer. Chris Chandler comes on for the Cardinals, and this young man has had himself an outstanding season despite a 1-5 mark, passing at 62%, 8 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. Sharp, May, Lewis, Smith, Rick Cunningham, who was all-world league, Walter Reeves at tight end. Larry Centers gets the start for 2 injured running backs, Randall Hill and Ricky Prohl are the wide receivers, Butch Roll the H-back. And the Cardinals without Ivory Brown on injured reserve with a knee injury. Johnny Johnson, bothered by a chest problem, inactive today. Larry Centers on first down. Fights his way for about 3 yards, maybe 4. Mike Golick made the stop. Defensively for the Philadelphia Eagles, Clyde Simmons, Andy Harmon, Mike Golick, and Reggie White along the front. William Thomas, Byron Evans, and Seth Joyner, an outstanding combination of linebackers. Eric Allen and Izell Jenkins on the corners. 2 new safeties today because of injury, John Booty and Rich Miano. Andre Waters is on injured reserve after being hurt last week. Wes Hopkins out with a knee injury, not starting today. And here's the main man, number 92, Reggie White. We expect you're going to see him all over the field today. 2nd and 5. Centers stopped after a gain of only about a yard. Andy Harmon, the second-year man from Kent State, made the tackle.
Yeah, you know, Tim, and they talked about at the beginning of this game, they said, what Richie Kotite says, we want to get the attitude back, that aggressiveness. We want to be tough. We want to be cocky. We want that swagger, play with a chip on our shoulder. That's what we heard all week long, and it starts right here with defense. And when you talk about this Eagle defense, you talk about Reggie White.
Number 92 will play from his normal left inside today, but you'll also see him rushing from the right end, and they will frequently put him over the nose, and that's where he's moved right now. 3rd and 2. Otis Smith has come into the secondary along with Tommy Jeter as an extra lineman. Bailey squats and has the first down. Stopped by Rich Miano, the safety in water spot, number 38.
Boy, that's a great call right there on that counter OT. You know, you're expecting a pass. You have Bailey in there. He's been the guy they hit in the short yardage situation, and they come with the run. Now, Johnny Bailey brings quickness and toughness to that running back position where Ivory Lee would try to dance a little bit. This guy will squirt through and get you your first down.
And yet, Brown weighed 265. Bailey weighs about 185, so he's got a huge heart. That's where his weight is. Larry Centers is back in at the running back spot. Another not so big back, but still about 190-pounder. First down. Centers. Second effort only got him back to the line of scrimmage as the Eagles defense shredded that play. William Thomas made the stop, but the push came from Clyde Simmons and Andy Harmon.
Tim, I talked to Bill Lewis, the center, before the game, and he said it was really important for them to get the run going in the middle from tackle to tackle. He said if we can get the inside running game going, that's going to open up a lot of things for us. But what they really thought it would open up is the play-action pass, which really this Eagle defense has had problems with the last 2 weeks.
Bud Carson using Tommy Jeter, the rookie from Texas, #3 pick on his pass rush here on 2nd and 10. Smith is in the secondary for the Eagles. 3 wide receivers for Phoenix. That's complete. Anthony Edwards. Edwards in the spot normally occupied by Ernie Jones when they're in their triple package.
There's Anthony Edwards. You know, everybody said their big play guy, Ernie Jones, is down. You know, there's a guy they like to go to. They said, this guy, Anthony Edwards, he is really going to surprise a lot of people. He can make the big play, but more important, he'll go across the middle like you saw in that last play, and he'll come down with the ball.
Ernie Jones on injured reserve with a shoulder injury, their leading receiver. Reggie White has moved to the nose position here on 3rd down and a long 4, we'll call it, for Phoenix. At the 40-yard line of the Cardinals. They've been an offside against the Eagles. Joyner. And the free play is incomplete. Intended for Bailey. Good diving knockdown by Byron Evans, but it looks like Joyner may have been called for offside.
That was a good job by Byron Evans, making sure he makes the defensive play on a free call.
Offside, defense, number 59, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Yeah, they got him, Tim, but you know, most important, you never stop. When you know you jumped offside, the offense knows they have a free play. Defensively, you've got to make the play, because if they get the first or if they get a big play, it's going to count. They'll just refuse the penalty.
Well, I tell you something, we talked about the importance of the Eagles for them and their fans to show their stuff on defense opening drive. Meanwhile, here are the Cardinals out at their 45, and they had to start from the 15. Kroll, Hill, and Edwards, 3 wides. Bailey tripped up. A good play by Harmon, the 270-pounder from Kent State. Had a blocker on him and still made the tackle.
You know, Andy Harmon is a player that the Eagles said he's going to get better and better. He says he's really strong, which surprised me because he doesn't have that big, strong kind of Reggie White look. But he said he's the 2nd strongest guy on this football team. Now, you're going to watch him inside, and that's exactly what he does. He uses strength. Look at, see how he gets Bill Lewis, gets the hands out, comes off the ball. Good play by Andy Harmon.
He's been a pleasant surprise, a 6th-rounder last year. And, of course, the tragic loss of Jerome Brown, opening a spot in that defensive front, and Harmon filling it well so far. 2nd and 9. Bailey. Good running again over the 50 into Eagles territory at the 49. It'll leave 3rd and about 4. Byron Evans and Rich Miano made the stop.
You know, the interesting thing right now to me, Tim, is this Phoenix team came in and everybody said they're going to have to throw the football if they want to have any success against the Eagles, because you know, the Eagles are #1 ranked against the rush. But in this first series, they've come out and they've mixed well, but the majority has been running the football.
7 plays so far in this opening series and 5:10 off the clock. 3rd down and 4. 3 wide receivers. Going deep. Incomplete. Intended for Randall Hill, and it was Otis Smith with very tight coverage. Smith never looked back for the ball, but he was right with Randall Hill.
And that ball had a little bit of air underneath it, and the reason was because Byron Evans came in and just hit Chris Chandler as it was left go, and that let the ball hang a little bit more than it really should have.
By Sikahema back to receive the punt from Rich Camarillo. Camarillo standing at his 35-yard line. Sikahema at the 10 of the Eagles. Well, you might wonder about that call on 3rd and 4 going deep. I might, anyway.
I would too.
That ball hangs up in the wind, as the pass did, and goes out at the 20-yard line. Not a good kick for Camarillo, but there is a lot of wind down there. And some pushing and shoving on this punt play.
A lot of hot wind right there. That's right.
27-yard punt. And we'll be back at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia with a scoreless tie. Tim Ryan and Matt Millen in Philadelphia. First possession offensively for the Philadelphia Eagles. And they'll start at their 22-yard line after a 27-yard punt by Camarillo.